Hi, I'm Eric McEwen from the Science of Hearing. With me today is Peter Benstead, audiologist and owner of PEI Audiology from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you for having me.
In your practice, you have a particular focus on tinnitus. Can you tell me a little bit about it? And for starters, how do you pronounce it?
There are two pronunciations of tinnitus. Some people will say tinnitus, some people say tinnitus. They're both correct. I say tinnitus, but yeah, you can say either, it's okay.
So what is it?
Tinnitus is commonly known as ringing of the ears, as that's how most people will experience it, as a high-pitched ringing sound that's either in one or both of their ears, either there all the time or coming and going intermittently. It comes in other forms though as well, so some people will experience their tinnitus as a roaring sound or as a buzzing sound or as their heartbeat in their ears. It's all tinnitus.
So what's the cause?
There are a couple of known causes to tinnitus. The most common is hearing loss. Tinnitus is a fairly common side effect of having a hearing loss, especially if that loss is associated with excessive noise exposure. If you have any problem with your middle ear, like an infection or pressurization from a head cold, that'll also sometimes result in tinnitus, or a plug of wax that can cause tinnitus as well. Tinnitus is sometimes associated with neck or jaw issues, especially if you have a problem with the TMJ, the temporomandibular joint. And sometimes there is no specific cause to tinnitus as well. Some people just have it and there's no specific reason as to why they do.
Can it be cured?
That depends on what's causing it. So if the tinnitus is associated with an ear infection or a plug of wax, once that problem has resolved, usually the tinnitus will go away. If the tinnitus is associated with a noise-induced hearing loss, though, there is no cure. There's no pill or medical procedure that one can take that will take the ringing away. However, that doesn't mean you have to just live with it. So there are several very effective management strategies that one can employ to make the tinnitus much easier to deal with.
Is there something people can do at home to help themselves with their own tinnitus?
Yeah, so there are several, as I said, very successful management strategies that one can employ. Incorporating masking sounds is the one that we usually recommend. So people will generally experience their tinnitus more in quiet environments. If they're in environments with background sound, they notice their tinnitus much less, if at all. So if you are in a quiet environment and you're noticing that the ringing is bothering you, just put some background sound there. During the day, that can be anything like music or TV, anything that you enjoy listening to. At nighttime, if you're trying to fall asleep, we don't usually recommend TV and music because that can sometimes be distracting towards falling asleep. So incorporating something white noise-like tends to be very successful. Using a fan, for example, that whirring sound that the fan makes tends to be very good at masking or playing over your tinnitus.
I've heard that some of the more modern hearing aids offer some benefits for tinnitus.
Yeah, if you have a hearing loss and the tinnitus is associated with your hearing loss, wearing hearing aids just themselves tends to provide a lot of relief. As well, modern hearing aids usually come with integrated tinnitus maskers, which are white noise generators that you can activate that will provide masking effects.
So if there's somebody sitting at home watching this video who thinks that they might have tinnitus or ringing in their ears, what should they do?
Best thing to do is get your hearing checked. Go to your local audiologist and have a hearing test to see if the tinnitus is associated with a hearing loss or whatever else. And then discuss with them what management strategies they think is best for you.
That was some really valuable information, Peter. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.